Dr. Craig Manning here with The Fearless Mind. I want to talk for a minute about the different formulas of success. The classical formula of success is potential plus training equals performance. Meaning we're born with potential, genetics, DNA, but we got to train it. We got to break away the rough edges, we got to smooth out the rough edges and to become performing. That's been the classical model since the beginning of time, basically. It assumes that the key to success or performance is that we have to have certain genetics, DNA, and of course we need to train it. I like this formula, but it didn't get me to where I wanted to go. And one of the biggest things, I don't want to just be performing. I feel like this formula leads to coasting, it leads to the path of mediocrity. The next formula, which I saw once from Wolfgang Ritzdorf, he was a German physiologist. He believed the key to success was we all have potential, certain genetics, certain DNA, but we need to get rid of the interference so we could perform to the best of our ability. I like this idea of interference. The problem is, though, this is assuming we never need to train, which I don't believe at all. So that's why I took this idea from Wolfgang Ritzdorf and added it to the classical formula. We all have tremendous potential for something, not for everything. We got to figure out how to channel our energy around the areas of our genetics, of our DNA. We're all built a certain way, meaning nature selects us in a certain direction, but we've got to then figure out what are the things that are best for us around our passions, what we love the most. The second part is we've got to train. Practice does not make perfect, practice makes permanent, hence we've got to train the right way. But more important than anything is we've got to keep the interference out of the way. If we can keep the interference, doubt, discouragement, there's so many things that can cause interference. If we can keep the interference out, we become high performing. Now that's what I'm looking for. I want to be high performing. I want to be the absolute best I possibly can be. So this is why I love this formula, and this is why the interference is so important. So many people I come to work with, they already understand the X's and O's are on their industry. Maybe it's an athlete, maybe it's a business executive. They understand the X's and O's. So they have gone into this field because they have a passion for it, hopefully, and they've trained hard, and so they've created these skills in their area. If then they get me to come in, so we already have these physical knowledge or skills in their respective areas. And then we come in and add the mental, and the mental is able to take away the interference and bring these mental skills. There's always a huge jump in performance. We can take performance from just performing to high performance. It's really the key. It's getting rid of that interference. If we can get rid of the interference, it's amazing how productive we can help people to be. Here's an indication. So many people in the workforce in corporate America, they put in 8 hours of work each day, but they're only there about 4 hours. They're only present about 4 hours. There's an awful lot of interference that gets in the way, distracts, and barriers to their productivity. As we're able to get rid of the interference, we can literally double the productivity of an individual without 1 extra hour of work or without hiring 1 extra person, just by understanding the science of human behavior, performance, getting rid of this interference to help people to become high performing. Have a great day.